What if I told you that the secret to reversing wrinkles, tightening sagging skin, and maintaining that youthful glow has nothing to do with expensive creams or cosmetic procedures? Today, I'm going to share with you the 81 best food for aging skin, and once you understand how it works, you'll never look at skincare the same way again. Build curiosity. Start with how most people chase external fixes, lotions, Botox, anti-aging serums, but ignore the internal nutritional key. Share a shocking statistic about skin aging, age, collagen loss by age 30, 40, reduced elasticity. Position the food as the hidden yet most powerful anti-aging weapon. Tease what this food does at the cellular level. Invite viewers to stay until the end because you'll explain exactly why it works better than skincare products. Before we talk about the food, let's break down what actually causes skin to age. Because here's the truth: most people think skin aging is just about what you see on the surface: wrinkles, sagging, dryness. So what do? They rush to creams, lotions, serums, injections, even expensive laser treatments. But let me tell you something important: none of that addresses the root cause. If you don't understand what's happening underneath, you're always just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. So let's dive in. The first big factor is collagen and elastin loss. These are the proteins that give your skin its structure and elasticity. When you're young, collagen is abundant. Your skin looks plump, smooth, and tight. But starting in your mid-20s, collagen production starts to slow down. Add to that years of oxidative stress, poor diet, and chronic inflammation, and the breakdown of collagen outpaces the rebuilding. This is why skin starts to thin, sag, and wrinkle. Without collagen and elastin, the scaffolding underneath the skin collapses. Next, we have oxidative stress. This is basically damage from free radicals, unstable molecules that attack your cells. Think of an apple that turns brown after you cut it open. That's oxidation. The same thing happens to your skin cells when they're exposed to UV light pollution, smoking, and even certain foods. This oxidative stress damages DNA, proteins, and lipids in your skin, accelerating the aging process. Then there's glycation, and this one is huge, but most people have never even heard of it. Glycation happens when excess sugar in your blood binds to proteins like collagen. It creates these sticky compounds called AGEs, advanced glycation end products, and that name is perfect because they literally age your skin. They make collagen stiff, brittle, and prone to breaking. That's why people who consume a lot of sugar or refined carbs tend to show aging signs earlier. The skin loses its flexibility and develops wrinkles faster. Another big driver is chronic inflammation. Now, inflammation in short bursts is a natural repair mechanism, but when it becomes chronic due to processed foods, toxins, stress, or gut imbalances, it keeps your body in a constant state of low-grade attack. This not only depletes nutrients, but also damages skin cells, disrupts collagen repair, and even impairs hydration at the cellular level. Inflammation is like a silent fire slowly burning through your body, including your skin. And then we can't ignore nutrient deficiencies. Your skin is a living organ, and it needs raw materials to regenerate. Vitamins like C and E, minerals like zinc and selenium, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants are all crucial. Without them, your skin simply cannot rebuild or protect itself effectively. The problem is most people's diets today are loaded with refined foods, but starved of real nutrition. So their skin doesn't get what it needs, and it shows. Now, here's the key point. I want you to understand all these factors: collagen loss, oxidative stress, glycation, inflammation, and nutrient deficiencies are happening at the cellular level. That means surface treatments, no matter how expensive, are not going to fix the root problem. They may temporarily plump the skin or reduce fine lines, but they cannot stop the underlying breakdown. It's like painting over a cracked wall. The paint looks good for a while, but the cracks keep spreading underneath. And that brings us to a really important distinction: intrinsic aging versus extrinsic aging. Intrinsic aging is the natural biological process that happens as part of getting older. Your genetics, your hormones, the natural slowdown in collagen, all of that is intrinsic. But extrinsic aging, that's the part driven by your lifestyle, your diet, sun exposure, smoking, stress, and toxins. Here's the exciting part: extrinsic aging is something you can influence. You have control over it. And the more you address these lifestyle-driven causes, the more you slow down skin aging. So how do you do that? The answer isn't on the surface. It's not in a jar. It's not in an injection. The real solution is in your nutrition. Food is what determines the quality of your skin from the inside out. because the compounds in certain foods can actually protect collagen, fight oxidative stress, reduce glycation, calm inflammation, and supply the exact nutrients your skin cells need to regenerate. And here's where it gets really interesting. There's one food in particular that addresses multiple root causes at the same time. It's not only protecting your collagen, but it's also fighting free radicals, reducing glycation damage, lowering inflammation, and delivering key nutrients straight to your skin. This is the food we're going to talk about next, the food I consider the FICA 1 best for aging skin. So stay with me, because once you understand how this food works, you'll never look at skincare the same way again. One of the biggest reasons skin loses its youthful glow is the breakdown of collagen and elastin fibers. If you think about your skin like a mattress, collagen is the stuffing that makes it firm, while elastin is the spring system that makes it bounce back into place. When both of these start to deteriorate, that's when we see sagging, wrinkles, and that tired, aged look. So let's start with collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. It's literally the framework that holds your skin together. It gives structure, firmness, and strength. When collagen levels are high, the skin looks smooth, plump, and resilient. But as we age, our body makes less and less collagen. After about the age of 25, collagen production starts dropping by roughly 1% per year. By the time you're in your 40s or 50s, the decline becomes obvious in the mirror. Thinner skin, deeper lines, slower wound healing. But here's the catch. It's not just aging that breaks down collagen. Diet plays a massive role. Too much sugar, for example, doesn't just spike your blood glucose. It actually attaches to collagen fibers in a process called glycation. When that happens, collagen becomes stiff, brittle, and prone to breaking down. Think of it like overcooking meat. The proteins get tough and lose flexibility. That's exactly what happens in your skin when your diet is heavy in refined carbs and sugars. Now let's talk about elastin. Elastin is a protein that gives skin its elasticity. It's what allows your skin to bounce back after you smile, frown, or stretch it. When elastin is healthy, you can pinch your skin and it snaps right back. But with time, and again, with poor diet, toxins, and sun exposure, elastin fibers start to fray. Once elastin is damaged, the skin loses that bounce and begins to sag. Unfortunately, your body doesn't regenerate elastin as easily as it does other proteins. That's why protecting elastin is so critical. Now, here's the mistake so many people make. They try to apply collagen or elastin to their skin in the form of creams, serums, or powders that claim to rebuild skin from the outside. But here's the problem. Collagen molecules are too large to penetrate the skin barrier. Rubbing collagen cream on your face isn't going to magically replace the collagen that's breaking down underneath. At best, it moisturizes the top layer and gives the illusion of plumper skin temporarily. But it doesn't address the real issue, your body's ability to make and protect collagen and elastin. So what's the smarter approach? Supporting your body's natural collagen production from the inside out. When your cells have the right building blocks, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, they can synthesize collagen efficiently and protect the elastin you already have. That's where nutrition becomes the game changer. Instead of just painting over the cracks, you're actually reinforcing the foundation of the wall. Think about it this way. If you wanted to repair a house, you wouldn't just put wallpaper over broken drywall. You'd go into the structure and reinforce the beams, replace the wood, and make sure it's protected from further damage. That's exactly how collagen and elastin work in your skin. The real fix has to come from the inside. And here's something else that's important. Inflammation accelerates collagen breakdown. Chronic inflammation from processed foods, smoking, or stress activates enzymes called MMPs, matrix metalloproteinases. These enzymes literally chew up collagen and elastin fibers, making the skin weaker and thinner. If you're constantly inflamed, your collagen is being attacked every single day, no matter how much cream you apply. So the big takeaway here is this: the quality of your skin depends less on what you put on it and far more on what you put in your body. Collagen and elastin need protection, and they need raw materials to be rebuilt. And that means your diet is either speeding up the breakdown or it's giving your skin the tools to stay youthful. And this is where the FICA 1 food comes in, because it not only helps you make more collagen, but it protects the collagen you already have. It supports elasticity. It shields your skin against oxidative stress, and it provides the exact nutrients your cells need to keep that foundation strong. So next, we're going to break down this food, why it's so powerful, and how it directly addresses collagen, elastin, and every other root cause of skin aging we just talked about. Once you understand this, you'll see why no cream in the world can compare to what happens when you start nourishing your skin from within. So, what is this food I keep talking about? What is the single most powerful skin protective food that targets collagen, elastin, inflammation, oxidative stress, and nutrient deficiencies all at once? It's wild-caught salmon. Now, don't let the simplicity fool you. This is not just a piece of fish. It's a nutrient powerhouse designed by nature to keep your skin youthful, radiant, and resilient. And once you understand what's inside salmon, you'll see why I call it the 5-1 best food for aging skin. Let's break down what makes it so powerful. First, omega-3 fatty acids. Salmon is one of the richest sources of EPA and DHA, long-chain omega-3 acids that you simply cannot get in meaningful amounts from plant sources. These omega-3s are anti-inflammatory at the cellular level. Remember how chronic inflammation destroys collagen and accelerates aging? Omega-3s help put out that fire. They lower inflammatory markers, protect cell membranes, and keep your skin barrier intact. But there's something else. Omega-3s also play a critical role in skin hydration. Your skins have a lipid layer, a fatty membrane that holds moisture inside. If you're deficient in omega-3s, that barrier weakens and water escapes more easily. That's when skin looks dry, dull, and flaky. By replenishing omega-3s, salmon literally helps your skin hold on to moisture from the inside out, giving it that plump, youthful glow that no moisturizer can mimic. Next, let's talk about one of salmon's secret weapons, astaxanthin. This is the reddish orange pigment that gives wild salmon its vibrant color. It's not just a dye, it's one of the most powerful antioxidants found in nature. In fact, astaxanthin has been shown in studies to be up to 6,000 times more potent than vitamin C in fighting free radicals. And what does that mean for your skin? Free radicals are the main drivers of oxidative stress, which we discussed earlier. They damage DNA, break down collagen, and accelerate wrinkles. Astaxanthin acts like an internal sunscreen. It neutralizes free radicals generated by UV light, pollution, and toxins before they can damage your skin. Some studies even show that astaxanthin supplementation reduces visible wrinkles and improves skin elasticity in just a few weeks. Think about that. While most skincare products are trying to fight damage from the outside, salmon gives you an antioxidant shield from the inside. But we can't forget the protein in salmon. High-quality, bioavailable protein provides amino acids like glycine and proline, which are literally the building blocks of collagen. Without those amino acids, your body can't synthesize new collagen, no matter how many creams you buy. By eating salmon, you're feeding your skin the raw materials it needs to rebuild its foundation. Now, I want to make something clear. Not all salmon is created equal. There's a big difference between wild-caught salmon and farmed salmon. Wild salmon gets its nutrients naturally from the ocean. It eats algae, krill, and other marine life rich in astaxanthin and omega-3s. That's why its flesh has that deep red-orange color. Farmed salmon, on the other hand, is raised on a natural feed like corn and soy, which are high in omega-6 fats and very low in omega-3s. To make it look appealing, the fish are often given synthetic colorants to mimic the natural pigment of astaxanthin. So while it may look similar, it's not the same nutritionally. Farmed salmon also tends to have more toxins, pollutants, and even antibiotics, which is the last thing you want if you're trying to reduce inflammation and support healthy skin. So whenever possible, choose wild-caught salmon. Yes, it may cost a bit more, but think of it as an investment in your health and your skin. The difference in nutrient quality is night and day. Now, let's step back for a moment. What makes wild-caught salmon so unique is that it addresses multiple root causes of skin aging at once. Collagen breakdown. A salmon provides the amino acids to rebuild it. Chronic inflammation. Go omega-3s calm it down. Oxidative stress. Astaxanthin shields your cells. Dry aging skin. Go omega-3s preserve hydration. Nutrient deficiencies. Because salmon delivers protein, B vitamins, selenium, and more. No cream, no injection, no supplement can hit all of those areas simultaneously, but nature packaged them into one food. That's why I say salmon is not just food, it's skincare you eat. And here's the exciting part. We're only scratching the surface, because when you start eating wild salmon consistently, it doesn't just affect your skin. It impacts your joints, your brain, your heart, and your entire anti-aging system. But for now, just know this: if you want youthful, glowing skin, salmon belongs on your plate. Up next, I'll show you exactly how salmon works synergistically with other nutrients in your diet to maximize collagen protection and skin repair. This is where we take the science of nutrition and apply it in a practical daily way. Let's look at what happens to your skin when you start eating this food regularly. Because here's the thing, this isn't theory. We actually have research, real world evidence, and visible results that show what salmon can do for your skin when it becomes part of your diet. The first big change you'll notice is hydration. Omega-3 fatty acids in salmon improve the fluidity of your cell membranes. Think of your cell membrane as a gatekeeper. It decides what goes in and what comes out. If it's weak or rigid, water escapes easily and your skin starts to feel dry, rough, and flaky. But when you supply omega-3s, the membranes become flexible and strong, holding in moisture much more effectively. Suddenly, your skin looks plump and hydrated, not because you put on a moisturizer, but because your cells themselves are retaining water better. Next is wrinkle reduction. Remember how oxidative stress creates free radicals that damage collagen and accelerate fine lines. Salmon's unique antioxidant profile, especially astaxanthin, acts as a shield. In fact, a clinical study published in Carotenoid Science showed that participants who consumed astaxanthin daily had fewer visible wrinkles, better skin elasticity, and improved skin texture in just 8 weeks. That's powerful. Instead of just slowing down new wrinkles, astaxanthin helps prevent existing ones from deepening by protecting collagen fibers from breakdown. Then we have firmness. The protein in salmon is rich in amino acids like glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, the exact building blocks your body uses to make collagen. If collagen is the scaffolding of your skin, then eating salmon is like delivering fresh bricks to the construction site. Your body can't rebuild strong collagen without those raw materials. Over time, this means stronger support beneath the surface, leading to tighter, firmer looking skin. But salmon also works wonders for even skin tone. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest reasons people deal with redness, blotchiness, and age spots. Omega-3s calm inflammation, while antioxidants neutralize oxidative stress that causes pigmentation irregularities. Some studies even show that omega-3 supplementation can reduce UV-induced pigmentation. The result: a more even, balanced complexion, fewer patches of redness, fewer dark spots, and an overall healthier glow. And then there's one of the most fascinating benefits of all sun protection. UV exposure is the Phe1 external factor that ages your skin. It destroys collagen, triggers oxidative stress, and causes photoaging. But astaxanthin in wild salmon acts almost like an internal sunscreen. No, it doesn't replace sunblock, but it significantly reduces UV damage. In fact, multiple studies show that astaxanthin supplementation decreases skin roughness and protects against UV-induced wrinkles. It doesn't block the sun. It strengthens your skin's resilience against its effects. So what do we see when we put this all together? Hydrated skin that holds water. Fewer wrinkles because collagen is protected. Firmer skin because collagen is being rebuilt. A more even tone with less redness and fewer spots. And a natural resilience against sun damage. That's a complete anti-aging package, all from one food. Now, let me share some real-life examples. If you look at cultures with high salmon intake, like certain coastal communities in Japan or Alaska, you see people aging differently. Their diets are rich in omega-3s, astaxanthin, and high-quality protein. And studies consistently show lower rates of inflammatory conditions, healthier cardiovascular systems, and yes, better skin quality. Their skin tends to stay smoother and firmer, even in older age, compared to populations eating processed, low-nutrient diets. There's also fascinating research on Eskimo and Inuit populations where high omega-3 consumption is linked to reduced inflammation and better skin integrity. These aren't people using expensive creams or cosmetic procedures. It's their diet doing the work. So when you see someone with radiant, youthful-looking skin, don't assume it's just genetics. Often, it's nutrition. And salmon, particularly wild-caught salmon, is one of the best kept secrets for slowing visible signs of aging naturally. Now, here's why this is so exciting. Most people spend hundreds, even thousands of dollars trying to fix skin issues from the outside while ignoring the root causes inside. But when you start incorporating salmon into your meals a few times a week, you're tackling hydration, wrinkles, firmness, tone, and sun protection all at once. And here's something I want you to think about. When you nourish your skin from the inside, the results last. Creams wash off, injections wear out, but when your cells are stronger, hydrated, and protected, that's a foundation you carry with you everywhere. So the question becomes not, does salmon work for skin? We already know it does. The question is, are you eating it often enough to actually see the difference? Up next, I'm going to show you exactly how to add salmon into your diet in a way that maximizes these benefits, because it's not just about eating salmon. It's about eating it the right way, prepared in a way that preserves its nutrients and works your body's natural repair systems. Now you might be wondering, how do I actually add this into my daily diet? It's one thing to know salmon is powerful for your skin, but the real transformation happens when you consistently bring it into your meals the right way. So let's break this down step by step. First, let's talk about frequency. For most people, the sweet spot is around 203 servings per week of wild-caught salmon. That's enough to provide your body with a steady supply of omega-3s, high-quality protein, and astaxanthin without overloading you on calories or mercury. Remember, nutrition works like compounding interest. The benefits build over time. You don't need salmon every single day, but you do need consistency. Next, let's talk about the best preparation methods. The way you cook salmon can make or break its skin boosting benefits. Ideally, you want to bake it, grill it, steam it, or enjoy it raw if it's sushi grade. These methods preserve the delicate omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants. On the other hand, frying salmon in vegetable oil is the worst thing you can do. You're adding inflammatory omega-6 oils that cancel out the anti-inflammatory benefits. Plus, high heat frying can oxidize the fats and destroy nutrients. So keep it simple, low to moderate heat, clean cooking methods, and minimal processing. Now, let's make salmon even more powerful by talking about pairings. The truth is, certain foods amplify its benefits through nutrient synergy. For example, leafy greens like spinach, kale, or arugula provide vitamin C, which is essential for collagen synthesis. Combine that with salmon's amino acids, and you've got the raw materials and the cofactors to actually build new collagen. Lemon juice isn't just for flavor. The vitamin C and natural acidity help with absorption and boost antioxidant protection. Olive oil adds healthy monounsaturated fats and polyphenols, which work synergistically with salmon's omega-3s to calm inflammation. Even something as simple as adding garlic or herbs like dill or parsley brings in phytonutrients that further protect against oxidative stress. So a plate of baked salmon with a side of greens, drizzled with olive oil and lemon, is more than just a delicious meal. It's a skin repair protocol on your plate. But what if you can't always get salmon? No problem. There are alternatives. Other fatty fish like sardines, trout, and mackerel are also rich in omega-3s and, in some cases, even higher in certain nutrients. Sardines, for example, are small, low on the food chain, and packed with calcium and vitamin D in addition to omega-3s. Trout has a milder flavor, but similar skin benefits. Mackerel is another great option, rich in omega-3s and selenium, both crucial for healthy skin. And if for some reason fish just isn't available, you can look at supplements. High quality fish oil or krill oil can provide EPA and DHA, the omega-3s your skin needs. Krill oil even contains natural astaxanthin. You can also find astaxanthin capsules directly. Many studies on skin use this supplement form. While supplements don't give you the full package that whole salmon provides, like protein and micronutrients, they're still an excellent backup if fresh fish isn't accessible. Here's a pro tip. Rotate salmon with collagen-rich foods like bone broth and eggs. Why? Because salmon helps protect and supply the building blocks for collagen, while bone broth delivers collagen directly, and eggs provide sulfur, an essential mineral for connective tissue. Together, they create a complete skin support system. It's not about one magic food, but about creating a pattern of nutrition that constantly feeds your skin from multiple angles. Now, let's make this practical. What might a week look like? Maybe you bake salmon with lemon and olive oil on Monday. On Thursday, you enjoy a salmon salad with mixed greens and avocado. On Saturday, maybe sushi night with wild salmon sashimi. In between, you snack on sardines or rotate in some bone broth. By the end of the week, you've given your skin a flood of nutrients in different forms. Hydration from omega-3s, protection from antioxidants, building blocks from amino acids, and extra collagen from bone broth. Here's the key: keep it simple and consistent. You don't need elaborate recipes or expensive supplements. If you make salmon part of your regular meal rotation, over time you'll notice not just smoother skin, but also better joint health, improved brain function, and even more stable energy because, again, when you nourish the inside, the outside follows. So don't think of salmon as just another protein option. Think of it as nutritional skincare you eat, a natural anti-aging strategy that works at the root. And when you combine it with other collagen-friendly foods, you're giving your body everything it needs to not just slow down skin aging, but actually start reversing visible signs. Up next, we're going to tie it all together, how salmon, along with the right dietary and lifestyle choices, becomes a complete strategy for youthful, glowing skin that lasts for years. Remember, one food alone won't solve everything. Yes, wild-caught salmon is incredibly powerful, but you also need the right environment for your skin to thrive. Think of salmon as the foundation of your skincare strategy. If the foundation is solid, the structure stands strong. But if the rest of the lifestyle is working against you, you're only going to get half the benefits. So let's talk about the supporting factors that make all the difference. The first one is sleep. Your skin does most of its repair work while you sleep. At night, your body increases blood flow to the skin, produces more collagen, and repairs UV damage from the day. That's why a lack of sleep doesn't just make you feel tired, it literally shows on your face. Dark circles, puffiness, fine lines, all linked to poor sleep. Aim for 709 hours of high quality, deep sleep. And here's the key. It's not just about the number of hours, but the quality. Avoid late night screens, reduce caffeine in the evening, and create a calm, dark environment so your skin gets the recovery time it needs. Next is stress. Chronic stress keeps cortisol levels high. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and one of its side effects is that it breaks down collagen. That means every time you're under constant stress, you're literally weakening your skin's support structure. Stress also increases inflammation, slows healing, and makes your skin more reactive. This is why stressed out people often look older than they are. Managing stress isn't optional. If you care about your skin, it's essential. Daily exercise, deep breathing, meditation, or even just time outdoors can reset cortisol and protect your skin. Now let's hit on one of the biggest skin destroyer, sugar. Remember glycation, that sticky process where sugar binds to proteins like collagen and makes them stiff, brittle, and prone to breaking. This is one of the fastest ways to accelerate wrinkles. When you see someone with prematurely aged skin and they have a high sugar diet, it's not a coincidence. Cutting sugar and even refined carbs that turn into sugar is one of the best anti-aging steps you can take. Your skin will look tighter, smoother, and more resilient. Pair that with salmon, and now you're not just supplying collagen building blocks, you're also protecting those fibers from being destroyed. Another overlooked factor is hydration. Yes, water really does matter, but it's not just about chugging gallons of plain water. True hydration happens when water gets inside your cells and stays there. That requires electrolytes, minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Without electrolytes, water just passes right through you. When you hydrate properly, your skin cells stay plump and elastic, giving you that youthful, healthy glow. Salmon helps here too, since its omega-3s strengthens cell membranes, but you still need to support it with proper fluid and mineral intake. And finally, let's talk about sun exposure. The sun is both your friend and your enemy. On one hand, you need sunlight for vitamin D, which is essential for hormone balance, immune function, and even skin health. On the other hand, too much sun exposure, especially without protection, breaks down collagen, creates oxidative stress, and leads to photoaging. The solution isn't to avoid the sun completely, but to balance it. Get short, safe bursts of sun for vitamin D, and protect your skin during long exposures with shade, hats, or natural mineral sunscreens. And remember, astaxanthin from salmon acts like an internal sunscreen, doesn't block UV rays, but it makes your skin much more resilient to their effects. So when we put all this together, what do we see? Salmon provides the foundation, omega-3s for hydration, amino acids for collagen, astaxanthin for antioxidant protection. But sleep, stress management, sugar reduction, hydration, and balanced sun exposure are the lifestyle factors that amplify those benefits. Together, they create the perfect environment for your skin to stay youthful, firm, and radiant. And here's the final point I want to leave you with. Stop thinking about skincare as something you put on your skin and start thinking of it as something you build from the inside out. Creams may give you temporary results, but real transformation happens when your body has the raw materials and the environment it needs to repair, protect, and renew your skin naturally. So here's your action plan. Eat wild-caught salmon 2-3 times a week. Cut back on sugar and processed foods. Prioritize deep, restful sleep. Manage stress daily. Stay hydrated with water and electrolytes and get smart, balanced sun exposure. Focus on the inside out. Eat salmon, cut sugar, sleep deeply, and watch your skin transform naturally.